Hello, world, and we're back for what's hopefully going to be, if all the technology holds together, a second installment of our little sci fi series here. To start off, I've kind of told myself I would look something up and begin every stream with a something I've learned kind of message. And while this isn't so much of an academic observation, it's something that I've discovered. It's kind of timely and in the news, I guess, so worth discussing, I think. So as we hop into Super Cruise, which will pop up our first quiz of the day, let's talk about some quizzical things. So if you're paying attention to the news at all, I mean, there's a lot going on, and it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm just going to focus a little bit on, since I'm using a lot of tech here, artificial intelligence. That's very much in the buzz, and I found kind of like good news, bad news, and gray news on that just got presented to me. So let's start with the bad news, I guess. I like to end on a good note. So I'm seeing lots of articles and news video stories and the like. Oh, this is probably not going to be good. Yep, threat level 4. I don't think I can handle that right now. That's a little bit... Oh no, is that all I've got? Yeah, that might be a bit much. Let's run by the carrier real quick then. So, bad news. There's a lot of warnings going out, us leading up to the Christmas season now, against AI infused, assisted, whatever, toys for kids. And there's a variety of reasons for this. I think data privacy is a strong concern. I haven't really seen that mentioned yet because any object that you can speak to processes that data and returns information back to you these days is very likely doing so by communicating with a server. We have long since left behind local natural language processing, which is just a fancy way of saying you have software on the machine that's in your house that does the job of turning what you say into text and then responding, because that's a fairly dumb approach. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that as it's not going to get you responses that are very intuitive or feel realistic. So most interactive technologies we have rely on language or machine learning or deep learning, that all of that is living off on someone else's servers. So if you don't want to be listened in on, I mean, like, I think the CIA even banned Furbies in their facility decades ago because they were worried about those things. It's on a whole new level here. Yeah, you're literally having your audio in your house piped out to someone else's server. And I don't mean to be overly alarming, because there are plenty of great systems out there that do this responsibly. But specifically in the context of a child's toy, do be mindful that that is a thing and make an intelligent decision yourself as a caregiver or parent or what have you. But beyond that, pull up any, whatever your favorite AI platform is, and ask it some basic questions. The concerns shared by the people making these news stories were, if you ask a lot of these AI toys, where can I find sharp implements? They will answer you. If you ask them, how do I start a fire? Some of them will say, hold the box of matches in your left hand, hold the match in your right hand, etc. So do vet things, make appropriate decisions for age and whatnot, and make sure that you're not providing something that will provide instruction on how to harm themselves and others to minors who really shouldn't be receiving those things. So that is kind of the negative news I've got for you, where AI is making itself pretty, I don't want to say widespread, but much more so than previous years. It's making itself into toys, I guess, because access to technologies that can do this are more and more affordable. So that's something that's not so great. But at the same time, on the pretty good side, we have news that artificial intelligence is being used by NASA to help us create a very good predictive model of about 100 million star systems in our galaxy based on actual star data and what we can detect that's not even visual. Landing pad 6. Where's landing pad 6? Oh, that's 6. Okay, I thought that was an 8. Sorry. Got a little distracted there. So that's cool, where real science is applying AI to try to better our understanding of our own galaxy. And the immediate concern and argument there might be, well, if it's predictive, then it's really not much better than a procedural generation model like we have in Elite Dangerous. But I think the argument is they're making a best effort to use real data to predict. And so therefore, they're given pretty good information on where to look. I don't think there's an illusion that NASA's just going to publish this and say, well, that's what our galaxy looks like. There you go. I think it's going to be used for testing, where now that they have some sense of where they think things could be, they know where to aim measuring devices to help validate or disprove that information, which can accelerate the process. Instead of trying to scan the sky tiny, tiny sliver of an angle at a time, they can start to try to validate a more intelligent search model, which is cool and exciting. But also to play off of those concerns, to talk about a gray area I found. I also see that NASA is applying AI to try to improve the quality of, I believe it's Hubble Space Telescope imagery. And that, I will say, I probably do not know enough about the learning model or AI in general to make a firm judgment here. I need one to look at my shields, I think is what I want to look at. Shield generator. Yeah, we've got a decent shield here. What about our other little boat? Oh, no stored ship here. It must be in Tolan. Where are my ships? Let's go find out. Sorry for the news interruption. It is, yeah, it's in Tolan, Gordon Plant. Okay, let's head over there. Let's do that. I think that's good fun for the day. We'll pick up our little ship and do some upgrades. But yes, where that raised some concerns for me of, at that point, how well can we trust the learning model to get us something that is meaningful as an image upscale out of that? For something that could inspire interest in civilians, just random people like myself, that could be good to create a pretty picture, so to speak, if that's all we consider it to be. But for scientific value, I don't know if that's rigorous. I don't know if that's something that we can really consider too beneficial. So it's kind of in that gray space. So I'll lead off with that of, hey, artificial intelligence, love it or hate it, is something that's growing to be a large part of our world. And I would encourage you to do some reading on it. Educate yourselves on its progress, because what AI is doing today is very different than what it could do 1 year ago, even. So kind of keep up on it. Pay attention to it. I don't think it's going away. I don't think we have a choice. So stay informed about the things that it could be harmful in doing and the things it can be helpful in doing. For example, I'm still doing research myself that I want to vet some things to make sure that they're safe for home use and environmentally so, and just generally responsible. But there are some projects that you can be a part of to donate your processor time, both CPU and GPU, but especially GPU, that when you're not, say, gaming, or if you've got a decent rig, your hardware can be borrowed to process scientific data and further our understanding of ourselves and the universe. So one of those is a project that helps us map our own galaxy. So as I say, Elite Dangerous here is making a best effort at 400 billion visitable star systems. But in reality, we have less than 100 million really mapped. So we can help expand what we know, and then maybe if we ask Frontier Development very nicely, they could adjust their in-game model to it be more and more accurate, as gamers help science progress a more accurate understanding. But if you like science a little closer to home, there are also projects that use your hardware to help model protein folding, which is, for those of you who, like me, have been a little bit outside of high school bio for a long time, even college bio. This is something used in medical research to help us understand how proteins can be made to change shape, or how similar molecules can be shaped differently for chemical, industrial, but largely medical research purposes. It can be very helpful for studying diseases and studying cures for diseases. So if you're less concerned about the stars, because there's a lot of trouble close to home, and that's very understandable, I'll be looking into these projects and hopefully posting links to where we can join them later to help contribute to what's going on in the world. But that's my little what I've learned today kind of spiel. What we're doing today, though, I don't really have too hard rules for what I'm going to get up to, but what I'm thinking is we drop off Floaty Boat trademark, because it's a little bit overpowered for now. We pick up Floaty Boat Jr., and we make some hops. I need to do some engineering on Floaty Boat Senior's shields, because it's got some energy consumption problems. And looking on Inara, which is a website that's very, very helpful, I see that for a good bit of that, I can get assistance from Elvira, who is an in-game engineer. I've seen... Oh, yeah, there is an engineer's thing over here. Yes, Elvira Martuk, who is in the system Kun. We can go talk to her, and she can help us out for a lot of those early upgrades to, in this case, try to lower the power consumption of the shield to help manage the power issues that ship has. But I figure we'll hop there in Floaty Boat Jr. and then call over Floaty Boat Sr. to be dropped off remotely, and that'll take some time. So that gives us a chance to either do some more pirate hunting, or maybe try mining for the first time, kind of experiment with that. Because I have sort of tried, but I've not really made it work. And it would be good to figure that out. We also have a multi-day contract in Nenamum, but I figure that can wait. That might be a little bit grindy, not so much fun to watch. So I figure, whoops, sorry, heading towards the wrong direction here. That's just kind of what I have in mind, but, we can change our minds about that. And I will try to do a better job about keeping an eye on chat as well, because I felt bad there. I'm still using my phone for that. I spent most of my time troubleshooting some audio issues and some code issues that I noticed from watching back the previous stream. So hopefully, if you're watching this back, the opening animation that I have for my starting soon screen, that should, at this point, it's pad 11, have the nice public domain music playing with it, as should the outro screen, and my Asteroids game should also have the sound effects that play with it, which I hope works today. If not, I'll keep at it, but I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping that turns out well. So while we are here, I'm going to grab my phone, because it's screen timed out, and tell it to stop doing that. And pull up, there we go. There's stream chat. Good. Alrighty, so here's Floaty Boat trademark. We're gonna look for Floaty Boat Jr. It is a much smaller ship, but it's a lot of fun. This was kind of my first upgrade, and I'm still very fond of it. It's a lot of fun to fly. It's very swishy, so when I go from a larger ship to this, it can be a challenge. If it blows up, its rebuy cost is not super high. So it's low stress. But here we go. We'll let it auto launch, and we will look up how to get from here to the Kun system. This is just so cool. I mean, every time I don't get tired of it. That's part of why I like manual docking. It's just fun. Oops. Coon. There it is. It's a good ways away. Let's see here. It says about 160 light years distant. That's a bit of a trip. But you know what? That could be fun too. So let's see here. Oh yeah. This is a lot of hops. And space gets a little more sparse out that way. I wouldn't say it's outside the bubble, because, you know, it's obviously inhabited space, but that's a bit of a trip for me. How many jumps does this say? 11 jumps. Okay. Maybe we can get some exercise in on the way as well. Neat. All right, well, here we are outside the station. Pick up some speed to get away from the mast lock. Powered engine is just going to boost our way. Go ahead and get aligned to our first waypoint in the jump. All right, mast lock is off. And we're going to have, I think, our third quiz for the stream pop on up. Which, again, feel free to participate. You would type !answer, space, and then the letter for your choice. At present, I don't have a direct reward system set up, but it will eventually give you Stream Elements loyalty points, which just sort of as a housekeeping thing. I know a lot of people try to get by on Twitch, and it'd be great if I could, I guess, but I don't really have a personal expectation of subsisting off of Twitch's ad revenue, nor do I really want to subject you to Twitch's ads. So even after I hit eligibility for affiliate, assuming that ever happens, I'm thinking of declining that. And so by extension, I won't have access to the little bells, whistles, and goodies that Twitch gives you for affiliate, to include channel points. So my thinking there is I can use Stream Elements loyalty points instead, hook those into things we'd like to do. So in channel redemptions, if you want to tell me to take a hydration break, which I think I will take a few sips here, or do some exercise or whatnot, we can have that all tied in there. And likewise with the quizzes, you'll get points for answering quiz questions correctly. Long-term goal, if we find some sort of fun merch or whatever that's amusing for the community, I'd love to find ways to give discount codes. I think I can do that through Stream Elements, where you can use your loyalty points to purchase a discount code. So I could say, hey, you get to buy whatever this item is for cost. I don't receive any kickback from it. It's just purely the cost of it being manufactured and shipped to you. And that's fun, because I like the idea that if you give something, you should get something. So if I ever receive any monetary gain for this, I want it to be out of a way that you somehow benefit directly, rather than, no offense to Twitch, they're providing a wonderful service here for me for free. But I don't want people to feel obliged to subscribe or anything like that, just so that they can participate in the ad space. In fact, if that ever happened, I would, which I don't really plan it, I would probably halt what I'm doing while ads are playing, because I don't want to exclude anybody. But here we go, off on our next jump. Another quiz coming up. This is definitely a pop quiz day. Like, you didn't expect that if you were here for the first stream. You're probably not expecting this many quizzes this fast. So I think I will throttle up and then kind of get my chair and everything situated such that I can get up and do some stretches and exercises as we jump. I am using a link cable, so I have to be mindful of where that is routed and that it's not like under the chair or tangled up with anything. So there we go. That's doing pretty well now. Gonna fly by our star here. I suppose what I really should be doing is scanning each system I land in, but I'm also new to exploration, and I think all these systems are known, so not a whole lot of need to do that. But someday we'll plan some trips outside the bubble, and I will kit something out so that I can do all of the scanning, all the things, and we can explore new star systems as we go. Today I think we're just going point A to point B. Alright, so with that set up, let's take a step to our captain's chair, or commander chair, for in-game lore. I think it's based on British sensibilities, because it was two British gentlemen who made the first game, Elite, for the BBC Micro back in 1984. I'm just doing some, perhaps too rapid, but basic squats here, just to pass the time. Because, yeah, I mean, just live action roleplay, living with the fiction. Ooh, we're going to land in a star here because I can't find my stick. That's one of the bad things of that. Where I left my virtual body in space, my sense of where the joystick was in real life also changed. So I will get dizzy, I will get confused, and I will probably plow a ship into a star at some point. It's bound to happen. But that's okay. We've got the rebuy. It's about having fun. Sorry about that. I probably do need to keep drinking as I go here. I've got a little frog in my throat all of a sudden. Alright, there's our next jump. Our heat's looking good. One mistake I made early on is I was just too eager to get where I was going, and I would just keep hitting the frameshift drive as soon as I could without looking at my thermals, and you can damage your ship from overheating. So get away from the star a little bit, let it cool down. A little bit of water. And I love this fuel scoop mechanic. I think it's genius. It feels good from a science fiction perspective, where it's not too magical. It feels believable in its own way. And it gives you the opportunity to do this, to get up close to a star. Like, I don't know how this looks on flat screen, but me doing this in VR, and with this being three-dimensional, that's such a cool experience. Our next jump, which on the subject, VR can seem intimidating conceptually, but if you're already a PC gamer, if you're already playing on a computer, you may be closer than you think. I don't believe the console versions of this support VR. Like if you're playing on a PlayStation, even though that there is PlayStation VR, I don't think that's supported. However, Quest 2s, while technically discontinued at this point, can be had relatively inexpensively on the used market. I've seen them for as low as, I think, $50 on eBay before. So keep an eye out. And in terms of GPUs, if you Google Elite Dangerous VR, some people are even running the game on like 1080s, RTX 1080s. So if you've got a halfway decent graphics card, you may be able to, for a low price, pick up a little extra hardware and get it working. The Quest 2 isn't by any means the latest and greatest headset. However, it's a very immersive and enjoyable experience, and especially if you're able to find one used, it's a very inexpensive way for someone to get into VR and try it out without, throwing like $6,000 at a rig or something crazy. Because the latest and greatest is only great when it's the latest, I guess. I don't know how to put that, but what you pay $6,000 for today, you're going to pay $6 for tomorrow. That's just kind of how tech goes. So I'm all about good bargains and not buying what's the absolute most recent thing, because you can really stretch a dollar and get more bang for buck if you buy somewhere like one generation back at the very least. And that makes technology more accessible to more people, which is wonderful. I guess as a memory, back when I was in college, I had some friends who were, I was in computer science as a field in general, so we were all geeks. But I had a couple friends who knew more about the hardware than I did, because I was in school for programming to become a software engineer, which has a different meaning colloquially today than it did when I was in school, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I always at some point wanted to upgrade my computer, but I didn't know much about the parts. I wasn't well educated. And so my friend and her husband were much more in tune with what was good and current and useful, and how to set up a custom PC. So I learned how to do overclocking and things like that from them. But they had a really cool personal ethos on it. So my friend's husband helped me set up my new computer with some parts that I purchased, but also with a number of parts that he just gave me. And his rule there was, he's happy to help you upgrade to spare parts. The only condition being, whatever parts you leave behind, he gets to keep. Because your junk is someone else's upgrade, always. And that's true. Like, the parts that I was receiving were the hand-me-downs from someone else who had upgraded to something else. And I loved that. Just over the time that I knew them, I got to see that they worked on other people's computers, and you could see this process of, I guess, upcycling is what you might call it, where instead of it just becoming e-waste, hardware that is no longer cutting it for you can be used for someone's first rig. Or if you're wanting to upgrade, someone who's willing to spend that top dollar to always have the latest and greatest, well, their hand-me-down was yesterday's latest and greatest. So it's a tremendous upgrade to you. I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not it's the most recent product this year. If it performs twice as well as what you've got, it's an upgrade to you. You feel that performance boost. And I thought that was amazing. So I love that philosophy in a tech community, both to just make technology more accessible to more people, but also to see that we're not just constantly, cough, cough, Apple, taking technology and throwing it in the garbage each year because something newer came out. Please find ways to recycle or upcycle your hardware. It's going to be meaningful to somebody. And it'll make you feel good to do so. You know, if someone doesn't have a computer, doesn't have a phone, that can mean a world to them. Old Android phones as well. Sorry for the weird tech rant, but I guess that's what you're going to get if you tune into me. If you do have an old Android phone, you can continue to use it. When you remove a SIM card or remove a cell phone carrier plan, it can continue to function in all ways as an Android device. All the apps will continue to work. Everything will work, except it won't be able to send text messages or send or receive phone calls because it's no longer on a cell phone plan. Oh, look, we're almost a coon. For all my yapping, we did all those jumps. That's funny. But likewise, so for yourself, and this is a star, I should call this out. There are different classes of stars in the game. This one we cannot fuel scoop from. It's just not quite hot enough. So as you're plotting your routes, you got to watch your fuel and make sure that you have fuelable star hops along those way. That's why I was fueling at every star, because I don't always look at my map. I want to make sure I'm topping off frequently for times like this. But yes, Android phones, if you have an old one or a spare one, or you want to buy one on eBay or whatever, you can use them for all of those lovely things. You can browse the web, you can create documents, you can take pictures, all that stuff. Or they can be great for personal safety and safety of loved ones, because even a phone without a cell phone plan, at least in the United States, can always call 911. So having those spread around the house, those old devices that don't seem to be worth anything anymore, keep them on a charger in different rooms on different floors if you've got them, especially if you have older parents or whatnot who may be living alone. You can keep a means of asking for help always in different places. And beyond that, as long as there's a internet connection, you can do everything that involves the internet on them, to include request a Google Voice number. Now, I believe... Oh, yes, let me call a stop here, because I need to change my filters. Elvira is actually on a planet settlement rather than on a space station, and it's called Longside Base. There it is. So we'll head over there. But yes, Google Voice is something that you can get for free. You can choose a phone number. You get to decide what the number is from the available list and where it is. You can even pick one in a different state than you reside in. And you can use that number to make calls. It's a voice over IP situation. You can call someone else's actual phone, and you don't need a cell phone plan to do so. It's entirely free. They will cancel your number after about 3 months of not using it, because there's only so many phone numbers we can give out in terms of permutations. But again, for personal safety or cost savings, if you're in a tight spot and for whatever reason keeping up a cell phone plan is hard, you can still maintain the ability to make phone calls as long as you're somewhere that you can get on Wi-Fi. And that's the restriction. Like if you're just out there on an open road and there's no internet, then it's a brick. It's no good to you. But if you're able to have internet at home or go to a library, or at this point practically any fast food restaurant has publicly available Wi-Fi, you can hop on their Wi-Fi and make and receive phone calls with Google Voice, and that's just a lovely thing. I think that's an amazing technology for Google to make available for free to all of us. So yeah, thank you for putting up my little tech rambles, but maybe starting with, hey, here's what I learned today, maybe someone learned a little something too. And maybe that'll help either you or loved ones or whatnot, because I am a firm advocate for taking technology and using it in ways that can improve our quality of life. I think that is a good mission, and good things can be done with it. Of course, as I gave the news stories to open with, bad things can be done with tech too. So it's all about how we handle things. Now, what I'm about to do is try to land on this planet, and I remember the first time I made a planetary landing, it was terrifying. And being honest, it's been a long time, so I'm not sure I'm not going to just make a new crater on this thing. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Right now, Longside Base is past the horizon. That incomplete circle there with the hash marks indicates it's occluded. So I'm trying to just orbit around a little bit until I get closer, get it to where it's at about a 30-35 degree angle before making downward descent. And it looks like it's on the night side of the planet. Ooh, maybe getting a little bit too fast there. A warble. So let us try to turn our night vision on, because we're going to need that. I think I'm in atmospheric flight at this point. Ooh, okay. Yep. Definitely nighttime for them right now. And this is where VR can be fun, because I do have these windows beneath my feet that give me more situational awareness. So instead of just staring straight ahead and be like, gee, I hope it's at the right angle, I can kind of keep an eye on things. Where is it? There it comes. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some downward inclination. That's about right. 35 degrees. Head on in. I mean, even at this lower resolution, that's just such a pretty night sky. Just doing this feels crazy. Ooh, I think I'm coming in a little bit fast here. I need to back off the throttle. Even just barely seeing it through the night vision, I can tell that that's coming up pretty quick. And I do have my rendering distance down a little bit, so we're only now starting to see the terrain. Yep, we're in glide mode. I'm going to try to bleed off some of the speed a little bit. There we go. Inspired by the space shuttle.
Delta, Oscar, Delta, flight control online. Welcome, Commander.
Oh, thank you.
Docking permission if you wish to land.
I love that that's a slightly robotic voice there. Kind of a reminder. Hey, speaking of AI, if you're rude to AI now, they might remember. So, yeah. But we're just gliding on down towards the base. Once we get closer, we can request landing. I love this kind of like ping of a topographical night vision thing they have going on there. It's complete coincidence that it happens to be night when I decided to visit, but I'm happy to see that because this is so much fun. I do plan on recoloring my night vision because the default green can be a little bit boring.
Clearance granted. Proceed to landing pad 06.
Landing pad 6. I always have a hard time seeing pads on planets. Because for whatever reason, at least for me, with my graphic settings, it doesn't pop up the numbers super... Ah, there it is. Over that way. Let's go ahead, deploy our landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
And it's a little bit crazy they just let some random person like me this close to a dome. I feel like that's kind of dangerous. I would want all landing pads to be somewhat distant from any inhabited space, and you can, yeah, make a really long covered rail system that goes to it or whatnot, but what if that pilot's not particularly having a good day? Oh, and we're coming in backwards, so we will have to turn around. A little swooshiness. There we go. I could rely just on that. Whoop. I guess I got caught on something there. Sorry about that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I forgot. I forgot that I had auto dock as a thing. So I was like, what is my control doing? And it was fighting me because it wanted to do this automatically. That's fine. It can do it. But yeah, I could do that just with my little radar, but it's also kind of fun just to kind of look around and just do it manually. Assume what you're doing. Getting close here. Yep, perfect. All right, so we are at Longsight Base.
Landing operation complete. Commence system shutdown.
And this is one of those times that sometimes I do get a little sense of vertigo. Because here I am at the base. I now have a sense of its scale and how big it is and how small I am compared to it. And then I look up at the stars where I came from, and the immensity of all this is astounding. Like, I don't know what that is. I assume that's a nebula, but I'm confident we can go there. And wow. Yeah, go outside at night. Go step outside and look at the stars and imagine that you can just choose to go to these places. That's something really special. So let's go talk to Elvira. Engineer's Workshop. All right, let's just make sure shield generators. Yep, she can work on shield generators. That's what we want to do. But not on this ship, at least not first. So they don't have a mean for me to change ships here. There's bound to be something in system that will let me do that, though. I should have thought of checking that first. Conflict zones. Let me remove some of these wonder if Alexandrov Dock. I feel like I've been there before. If not, we may have to hop out to a different system. But hey, I mean, this is what happens when you tune into my stream. I am the DODRingIdiot. I have no clue what I'm doing. So we're learning as we go. Go ahead and 8-gauge auto launch. And we will make our exit from planetary gravity.
Takeoff procedure complete.
I will retake control. Get us on 90 degrees. We're heading pretty much straight up. Burn a little bit to get away from the surface because I'm sure they don't want me really entering super cruise right on top of them.
Flight control now offline. Goodbye,
Excellent.
Commander.
Frameshift drive charging.
Charger frameshift drive. And this will take a little bit of piloting. I can't really get up and exercise and let this do its thing. We're pushing off the planet here. Kind of looking in the background. The surface is de-rendering as it gets further away. And Alexandrov Dock is ahead out in space. Our HUD seems to indicate we're still in atmosphere, I think. So I think I'll just kind of wait until we clear that before really pushing out here. And I notice that we're in hostile territory, but as long as I'm nice and polite and discreet, I don't think that'll be too big a problem. What that means is where I am part of Jerome Archer's faction for the purpose of getting MacGuffins, there are other politicians who aren't big fans of his, and we're in some other political influence space. So for people who love intrigue and plot and politics and that kind of thing, that's in this game too. It's totally a thing you can do. Me, not so much, at least not yet. There is a lot to this game that I will eventually explore, but for now, I'm just making little steps along the way. Ooh. There we go, bleed off that gravity well. I guess I held that for just a second too long. But not bad. So likewise, Alexandrov Dock. And I'll take a little sip while it's wrapping up our approach. But my goal here is to be able to call Floaty Boat Sr in to have it delivered so I can get it to Elvira for some upgrades. And maybe pass the time while it's being delivered. Worst case, I do a return trip and pick up Floaty Boat Sr itself and fly it all the way here, but it is not built for travel or exploration, really. There we go. So, yep, we're just talking about politics. So that's a message for being a member of that and their new weekly assignments. Let's request docking.
Request granted.
And it's giving us landing pad 1. So here we go.
Landing gear deployed.
I have a feeling we're coming in backwards on the pad. Yep. That's okay. It's a lot easier to turn around in space. Oh no! It's doing the auto dock. Oh yeah. I probably should turn that off.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Yeah, what happens there is if you throttle down, the computer assumes you're giving control over to it to dock. And I keep forgetting that. So let's see. Do you have the ability to let me... Oh no, you don't. Okay. So is there a system near here with a more proper space station? instead of just a dock of some kind. This star system is close-ish. Who are you? Sute or Sute? It is extraction industrial high security. That's, I think, a decent possibility. That's very close. Yeah, let's give it a try. We are exploring. I mean, I could easily hop out and use a tool like Inara to look up where to go. And if you're really on a mission, by all means do that. I use Inara a lot for research and plotting and that sort of thing. But for the purpose of the stream, I'm deliberately doing some suboptimal stuff. Where I have a ship that's an upgrade to a Cobra, why fly the Cobra? Because it's fun. I think it's fun to get out there and explore the universe in something like this for a little while. I think that's what I want to do. Because, fun is the mission, right? Let's burn a little bit further away. There we go. So, I don't know what's in this system. I'm not sure. But by visiting it, I'll remember the name, I'll remember what's there, so I'm helping my mental map. Yes, you can Google things, and Google is great, but also what's in your brain helps you know what to Google. So, just because we have artificial intelligence and smart search engines like Google doesn't mean we shouldn't enhance the knowledge we have, because it contextualizes the world we live in and makes us better to make smarter inquiries and ask the intelligent questions. Aha! So we do have a station that we can visit. It seems to be off this way. There we go. Ballard Survey. Okay. It's a little ways out. I'm not going to make us wait 4 hours, although we're accelerating as we get away from the star's gravity. So I think I will go ahead and put this on Super Cruise Assist and do some more squats. I wonder if Ballard Survey is something that the game developers made, or is it well, I mean, obviously they made it, but the name, did they do a lexicon and let places get named randomly? Did they specifically name stuff near the starting system? I'm not sure. I need to look up to see if there's any kind of podcasts or interviews on YouTube and such with game developers talking about their philosophy for the game, things that they cared about, things that were challenges. As sort of a former programmer, I'm interested because this is a massive undertaking. I cannot imagine being on this project, and I feel like everyone involved in it should be immensely proud of the project. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this for a solid 3 minutes. But, I mean, for a 10-year-old game where it caught my attention, and as soon as I found this thing, I pretty much abandoned everything else in terms of digital recreation in favor of this. It is just captivating. So, good job. Really good job, guys. And ladies, everyone who's involved. We may go ahead and just boost this last, pardon me, this last little bit here just to close some distance. There we go. Gonna burn off the gravity well effect. And then hand it back over to the flight assist. I still have not investigated what that book title is. I can't quite read it. I think it says Space Designs. You know what? Let me see if I can do this to cheat. I have a button that resets the center of my view, so sorry for the jumpiness there. Space designs, I think, and flight theory. I can't read the last word. Yeah, I'm kind of in a weird spot. Oh, I see what I did there. So, whoa. Now I'm in the chair. See if I can get a little bit closer this way. Is that space designs, flight? You may actually be able to see better than I can. Or is it space traders? Yeah, it's space traders. Flight. Oh yeah, space traders flight training. That's what that says. Space traders flight training. I still can't read the last word. So that's nice. I like to think that in this distant future, we still have a physical book as a manual. That's a nice touch. That's very classy. I dig that. Also, the faux leather trim. It's very cute. We do have a small first aid kit in this ship. Not quite as big as the one in our Python Mark II, but even still. All right, so let me get back more or less in position. Sorry for the clicks. Just kind of recentering the cockpit with my play space to make sure that it all matches up pretty well. So yeah, I should have looked into that between streams, but Space Traders Flight Training Manual. Maybe that's what the last word is. Maybe it says manual. I will find out at some point. All right. Here we are at Ballard Survey. It's another polygonal base. I think these things look really cool. Sometimes they have small differences in terms of additional structure or color. I do like this kind of yellow look as a change. It's got a nice feel to it. Wait, what? Why? Alright, well, I'm in here now, so... It says auto dock off. Well, that's fine. Where's landing pad 21? Right here. I am in a hostile territory. So maybe somebody saw me and was like, no, you may not be here, but I got permission to land, and the ship the station itself did not fire. It does have a number of turrets near that opening that will open up on you if you make them unhappy. So that's the first time that's happened to me. That's, welcome to the stream. You're watching me learn and discover new things. I've never just been fired on like that. That was interesting. Now I am playing in a not public, but in a way that other people in the squadron that I'm in could see me, but they wouldn't show up and mess with me. All right, so here's the shipyard. Cool. How long will it take? Okay, half an hour. So it's telling us half an hour in real time to bring our ship over. So, yes, here is Floaty Boat Sr. One day I'd like to upgrade the paint job. That's not quite my style, but that's okay. Request that we transfer it over. Costs 5 million. That's okay. I mean, I've got it. I figured it'd be more interesting to request it come on over and then do things in the meantime. For example, let's have a look at the mission board. What's going on in this area of space? Those are... Wait, that's... Oh, okay. I was like, it's all donations? Like, no, okay, this is just... So, delivery... Is there anything that goes to... Kuhn, there's Kuhn. Assassinate deserter, that's a little bit intense. That's in system here. I'm not going to shoot Union ships. I mean, if it's not pirates, I'm not really into that. Goodness, there seems to be a lot of A lot of organizations that don't like other organizations here. Wow. Okay. You know what? Units of survival. Actually, how much storage do I even have? I'm not sure. I've got a bunch of stuff. More learning time. Oh, hello, Sir May. Interesting they let you in despite the allegiances. Yeah, that is an interesting point. I think the game would be prohibitively difficult to play if that wasn't a thing. Because if you ally to one faction, then that means that a tiny, tiny, tiny part of the universe is friendly to you, whereas the vast majority of it ceases to be. So that would be a tremendous challenge if they would not let you in. But I'm sure, like, if I were to engage ships outside the station myself, then the station's defenses would say, well, wait a minute, no, you're not being nice. And then all of those turrets back that way would start firing at me, including several that are literally at what people call the mail slot, the entryway to the station. But I am noticing a little technical glitch. It seems on computer my headset's still tracking on flat screen, but I'm not getting any updates within VR. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of troubleshooting here, which means that's an opportunity for me to hand over control to folks in chat. So if anyone's here and you'd like to participate, just hit a single letter, WASD or F, and then enter. You have to hit one letter and then enter each time to provide the input to add some control to our little spaceship here. I'll call that up. And I think at this point, let me double check in OBS. Yes, so we have our little asteroid game. And yeah, Sir May already has it underway. So W is forward, F flips in reverse, A rotates to the left, D rotates to the right, and you can increase the speed by adding more W's, decrease the speed by hitting S's, and I will let you all just tinker away while I try to probably restart the quest link. Let's see here. So that might be working again. Let's have another look over here. Any better over here? I don't think the ping tuber is picking that up. By chance, is anyone in chat hearing me? It seems like there was actually a cascade of technical issues. I was fixated on the VR headset issue and didn't notice that also my tech that handles my voice wigged out as well. So let us head on over here. I will likewise restart this process. That would look a little funny for a second. My apologies. Okay, so visually it should be better. Audio-wise, we should now have response. Yep. Good. Okay, so as far as I can tell, we now have the ping tuber working, we now have audio working, and we're now back in game. If I'm weirdly quiet or whatever, do please let me know. All right, so yeah, let's hop out and I guess check the mission board, because it updates about every 10 minutes. See if there's any pirates or whatnot nearby. A lot of assassination. Goodness. Okay, there's some pirates, and I will not attempt to pronounce that star system. It feels vaguely Scandinavian looking at it, but I can't be sure. Again, I'm skipping over some lucrative things, but I don't like shooting people who aren't mean people. Just kind of not my thing. Oh, good. So this isn't Kuhn. So sure. Yeah, we can do that. That's where we're going anyway. Just for funsies. Perfect. Let's go ahead and set that as our destination. There we go. And let's hop back out. Now the big question will be, is there still somebody outside who doesn't appreciate me being here? Will we take fire the moment we get out? Well, we're doing all powered engines here, just in case.
Detachment complete. You are go for departure.
Taking over manual control, and we're just gonna floor it. Boost on out, just in case. Put as much distance between us and the station as possible so we can make that hop. We're still mass locked. Now we're not. And I don't see anybody close, so we should be good. There's our next quiz. And you know, I don't hear music anymore either, so let me pause here. Oh, mission message. Targets acquired. It says around Coon 5. Sure. Let's make sure our nice music brought to us by courtesy of Heel Girl Music is now playing again. Good. Which again, just to give them another shout out, I stumbled upon their channel, a compilation on YouTube, and just thought it was very relaxing and delightful, and reached out to them, and they were very kind and said that we could use their music for our sci-fi streams and YouTube VODs. So, many thanks to Heel Girl Music for providing us this nice, mellow atmosphere. And having said that, I'm now about to hunt some pirates, or have them hunt me. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, threat level 4. I don't think I can deal with this, being honest. Are there... Let me back off. Let's call it points of interest. I wonder if there are any ringed planets in this system. Resource extraction. It's not looking like it. Let's have a look at the system map. There are ringed planets. I was lied to. So we have 3 to choose from. Kun 9, 10, and 12. And didn't our message tell us what planetary body they were around? I think it did. I think it was Kun 5. But that doesn't mean that's the only place we can be, right? So let's go ahead and check out so that's where the mission is, around Kun 5, they say. And I'm sure we can do that at signal sources, but I wonder if there are going to be pirates around these planets as well. Honestly, this one just looks cool. Let's set course for Kun 12. This is a double rings planet. I know it's way out there on the edge of the star system, but it's so much about finding the places that look cool and doing cool things. There we go. Find our destination. Whoop. Not that. Where's... Oh, because we don't have planets set is a thing. We can do that. So we'll add planets and moons. And find... our Intended destination? I'm sure I skipped right over it. It's got this little icon indicating. There we go, Moon 12. Set it super screws in orbit, although we're not really going to worry about orbit. And just make our way there. For future streams, I plan on more randomizing the quiz questions. I believe right now they're just kind of going down a list. It's a list of 2,000 questions, but I'm sure they'll get repetitive if we only ever go through the first 10 or so. But for now, it's just testing to make sure it functions. About 20 seconds out. So that gives me an opportunity to do my daily check-in here. Again, this is not at all required. It's just something I like to do because it feels good to do it. I am not withdrawing. I'm depositing. Contribute to the group. Just a little bit. I'm not doing the huge amazing things that other people are. As they reach that 10 billion number, but you know, a little bit here and a little bit there, it adds up. Consider it, whoop, I guess we overshot. Even with the autopilot on, it can happen. That or it got occluded by something. Yeah, see, that planet just looked cool. Looks neat to me. Now I'm interestingly not seeing resource extraction sites in these rings. Ah, there's one. Okay. I thought if we got close to one, we would discover them. There's a hazardous extraction site, which may be a bit much for our little Floaty Boat Jr. We don't have a whole lot of gunpowder, and we might have to rely on system security, but for hazardous resource extraction sites, or HAZ-reses, there really aren't any security forces. It's just kind of Wild West. So we'll see what we can do. Again, part of this is just passing time while we wait on Floaty Boat Sr to arrive. I think I'll push off this planet a little bit because that gravity well is really dropping my my speed. So as you see, I'm moving in a perpendicular angle to my destination, and yet the time to arrival is still decreasing because my speed is ever increasing. We're about 10 times what we were initially hugging that planet. So what would have taken like a minute, we can now reduce down to just a matter of seconds. Kind of got a cookies and cream kind of look to it. Very cool. Almost there. I think once we get in about like 1.1 millimeters, we'll be good. Yep. I won't deploy hardpoints yet because I kind of want to see what's going on here. There's some contacts on radar. I see some engines burning. Looks like a trio. It could be a trio of miners or a trio of pirates looking for miners. I can't get a lock on them, so, you know, my sensors aren't super great in this ship, but also I wonder if they're just well built. Okay, so Imperial Eagle, I can handle that. Mark III I can probably handle. Are you with them? Another Imperial Eagle? Yeah, it's a team of 3. So I'm going to go ahead and scan these folks. They are mission targets too. So what we'll probably do is wait for them to be distracted with a target and then start picking them off. Probably with the Cobra first because it's the biggest threat. What are you doing over here? I saw some laser fire. And he's dropping chaff, so he's being targeted by something. I'm under attack by something. I think I'm just in the line of... Whoa, buddy! Somebody just hit me. That's not cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to finish the kill warrant scan and then start laying into this guy. That turn felt slow. I hope I'm not damaged, module-wise. Alright, so let's see how fast his buddies turn on me. Yep, immediately. We'll keep an eye on our shields and such. So his shields are down due to the frag cannon. We're at 71%. Oh, okay. Let's boost to keep up with him. 57%. I feel really encumbered somehow. This ship should be turning very differently than it is. Maybe it's because I was at max speed. Maybe I just need to do better throttle control here. Oof. He was kind of on a suicide run there. So let's throttle it back for the turn. %of shields for us. Got him down to 12%. With hull, we're almost down to 12% of shields. But I think the Imperial Eagles will go a little bit faster. So we just need to deal with this guy because I think he's the greater threat. Yep, so they're through our shields. Hey, buddy. Alright. We'll have to keep an eye on our hull here. But I think we'll be alright. Yep. The Eagles are pretty easy to cope with. Whoa, 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 whoa. We've taken some damage there. Hey, you must be the one doing it. Yep. Whoa. We're taking module damage. He must be hitting me with some kinetic stuff. I know there's a way to reboot things. I just don't know how to do that. Reboot repair. Let's give it a try. Got 44% hull. We might just run if we are alive when this thing reboots. But I got to be able to move to run even. And you see the life support disabled. So there we go. I'm going to start burning away because 28% is a little bit worrisome. I really haven't done much, or if any, engineering on this ship. Thruster malfunction. Yeah, let's just see if we can get out of here at all. There we go. We'll worry about thrusters in a minute. Under attack? Surely not. Okay, so let's find us a friendly station of some kind. I don't know if I can get repairs at any of these. Let's turn off points of interest and signal sources. You know, though, a planetary base would let me. So let's see what we've got. Long sight base. It's probably the best bet, being honest. Yeah, I think it is. So we'll need to go there anyway. It's probably been almost long enough for us to pick up Floaty Boat Sr. and do some of that engineering. Super Cruise Assist is on. Let's go ahead and hit overdrive to get us over there a little bit faster. Oh, a new message. We'll see what that is. Hand this back over to autopilot. Oh, good. It did. Just arrived. Perfect. All is well. I might even request that Floaty Boat trademark be sent this way for more combative stuff to help with this mission. We will see. Looks like we're about an hour and a half into the stream. I don't want to go too terribly long, but I did make some fixes, hopefully to the audio, and wanted to test out some of the tech stuff. We did have a bit of a crash with a few different systems, but was able to recover that without having to restart the stream, so that's good. Crocodile's Lair. That is an adorable name for a ship. I assume that's a fleet carrier or squadron carrier, one or the other. Conflict Zone. Yggdrasil. I always happy to see a mixture of fantasy and sci-fi geeks together. Well, I mean, also just mythology reference, to be fair. And we're not that far off from Longside Base. So we got 2 out of the 3 solo and a little Mark V that's not really well engineered, so that's kind of good. And in theory, I could like boost the shields while I'm here, but I kind of want to prioritize getting Floaty Boat Sr up to where it can sort of autonomously handle pirates, so that I could do just hang out and chat or play some audiobooks. Some public domain audiobooks for classic sci-fi kind of thing. That's my goal for it, really. All right. Head on over to Longside Base. And if there was a risk of going splat before, it is tripled now. Because my hull damage is pretty severe and my modules are pretty cooked. Yeah, frag cannons are a mess. Thrusters are pretty messed up. They're down to 0. Yeah, I took a lot of internal damage from that. That reboot turned out to be crucial. I need to remember where that is. I guess top of ship and all the way to the right. That got me where I could get the thrusters online just enough to get off the planet and head on back for repairs. But 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Let's see what the they want. Wait, it only gave me credit for... Did I only get the 1? Because we got the Cobra. Did we not get credit for... Maybe he wasn't an affected pirate. I mean, I'm not wanted, so it's not like a... That's kind of a baffling mystery to me. I'll have to watch this on the playback. Only 1 kill credit for the pirates. Alright, well, that's okay. Gonna try to burn a little further, get this to... Usually if I get it to show up in the southern window... Yep, there we go. That puts it in the 30 to 35 degree angle slope, which is perfect. Still nighttime here. So we'll go ahead and turn our night vision on so we can see the topography. Kind of burn off our speed here and then approach a glide. Glide complete. There we go. About 13 kilometers out. I could have been a little more aggressive.
Delta, flight control online. Welcome, Commander. Request docking permission if you wish to land.
I do enjoy that robotic voice. That's fun. Very nicely styled.
Access denied.
Yes, we have to get closer Although I didn't catch in time how close I need to be. Oh, hey, how are you? Who are you? Yeah, who are you? I'm not used to encountering other ships in the space near a planetary landing. Interesting. Let's try. We're close now.
Clearance granted. Proceed to landing pad 0.
Landing pad 1. Let's at least make a go as if we were going to land, but I know the auto docking is going to steal it from me. There we go. It's over here. And I think I need to come in from the outside. I think I learned that last time. There we go. Nice and easy. And we'll throttle down because we'll need to anyway, but kind of let autodock just do its thing when we get to it.
Landing gear not deployed.
Yeah, they are. I just deployed them. There we go. Perfect. All right. So
Operation complete. Commence system shutdown. Welcome.
let's just have a look at this. So yeah, we definitely want to repair all structural elements, but also what went on. Oh yeah, thrusters got toasted. Frameshift drive was hurting, so we definitely need to get out when we did. Sensors almost completely gone. Yeah, weapons too. Interestingly, yeah. So we're repairing, restocking, and let's go ahead and refuel just because I don't think that's really a need, but should be good. And where did I have my ship sent? Oh, that's right. It was in that nearby system, wasn't it? So let's call up our galaxy map. And we should see nearby a little yellow indicator. There we go. We have a storage ship at this location. So it's in Soot or Sute. Now that we are fully repaired, restocked, rearmed, let's go ahead and fly off and pick up our ship. There we go.
Takeoff procedure complete. Clear for departure.
Push towards 90 degrees. Power to engines for a little burn. Get away from the planetary surface a bit.
Flight control now offline.
Excellent.
Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, target destination obscured. That's okay. We'll just push out into space a little more and then start hooking around for it. Which I don't see. It says pretty directly behind us. Watch it be on the exact opposite side of the planet. Oh, not that bad. Not that bad, but it's still a little inconvenient. Apologize if me hammering boost is noisy. I tried to adjust the in-game settings so they're less intrusive, less obnoxious. And my goal was just something that someone could put on and just fall asleep to if they wanted. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of pirate hunting, but I don't want it to be loud and boomy. You know what? Let's go ahead and disengage. Just pick something else
Frameshift drive charging.
so we can use a local frameshift jump. Next quiz popping up. Oh, I have reverse on. Oops. That's bad when you're trying to leave a planet. and get clear of the planet just enough that we can go in and resume our route to suit, because it suits me to do so. You can see I'm still learning how to use the interfaces as well. Can be a little clunky when I'm juggling mouse, keyboard, stick, and throttle. Won't lie. Alright, so here we go. We still need a little more space between us and the planet. Yeah, there it is. Up there. Go ahead and push off a little more just to get the gravity out of the way. There we go. We're out of atmosphere. So now we can flip over and start a hyperspace jump. And here we go. So we're looking for Ballard Survey. Well, let's go ahead and pick up a little fuel. Why not? Heat's not really an issue on this ship at the moment. Very thankfully, I'm running pretty cool. And we'll go ahead and boost our way over. There we go. That should bleed some of the travel time off a little bit. A very interesting orbital pattern here. There's something that's very eccentric, really off the standard orbital plane. We'll get close to that and see what that is, I'm sure. That's neat. That's kind of 90 degrees from normal. I wonder if that's something that was interstellar that got captured by the gravity as it was flying through, or maybe it's just normally odd like that, like our Pluto is pretty far outside the orbital plane. One of the arguments against it in removing it from the list of being a planet. Which caused a great deal of sentimental frustration when I was growing up. I remember the common folk were outraged at the concept when it's just a scientific classification. We really shouldn't be too wrapped up in it. So I guess that's the body. Let's go ahead and deviate and have a look at it. It's unidentified signal source. Oh, suit. There it is. Suit B7 is what that is. Okay. Which we can look at. Pull up our system map and see what that would be. B2. So B7. This guy is kind of off on its own. It's interesting. And Hook Plaza is orbiting it. Neat. We're heading towards Ballard Survey as a space station to pick up a ship to take it back to Kuhn for Elvira to do some magic on, assuming we had all the MacGuffins. We may not, in which case that may be something to do for next stream. We'll see. It's very easy to take a, hey, I'll just do this and turn it into a multi-session to-do list in this game. It really is. It's not so much that it's grindy. I mean, it kind of is, but if you're playing like me, where you're not trying to know everything and you're just discovering as you go, you discover prerequisites that you weren't expecting. And I think that that's fine. It makes the universe more interesting and more unpredictable, which in many ways is just more fun. So once we get within about 1 millimeters, we'll be able to drop out. and dock. And for those who've been dropping in and dropping out, thank you for joining. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate the company. It's nice to have nice people along the way when you're making a journey out in the cosmos.
Delta, Oscar Delta. Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking. Permission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 19.
I still have to laugh at myself. For the longest time when I started playing, I took the speeding warning very seriously, and I would never exceed 100 because I didn't want to find, I didn't want to not be allowed to use a station, and turns out no, that's not the thing. It's fine. Just don't bump into things when you're speeding, and it'll be all right.
You are approved for automated docking.
So our goal here, I'll go ahead and turn off night vision. We don't really need that inside. Got this beautiful orangey glow thing going on. We don't want to mess with that. We'll grab our ship, hop back over to Kuhn, land at Longsight Base, and see what kind of reduced power consumption we can get on the shields for that thing.
Confirmed contact. Engaging docking restraints. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
So we will say thank you to Floaty Boat Jr. for now. And hop into Floaty Boat Sr, which is a little bit of a bigger of a thing. As you see, we have room for some guests. I believe there are 3 seats down there. Looks like they even have an elevator between the floors here. I haven't gotten up to explore this cockpit yet. That's something I might do on a future stream. Just kind of do a tour of a Type 10, see what it has in store for us. But it is a big ship. It kind of flies like a cow, but that's okay. It does its own thing and does it well. I do like how much visibility I have from the cockpit. It's crazy how much you can see, and just the open air where you can feel a little constrained in a Sidewinder or a Cobra Mark V, but the extra space they give you, the extra space that they say, hey, we can afford to give you because this ship is just that big, is really fun. Let me go ahead and throw this, since we're doing an auto exit out to an exterior cam. You can see, again, that is the rear hatch. So that's a human-sized door. And all of this is the ship. This thing is pretty massive. I don't know what those blades are per se. I like to feel like they're heat sinks. I don't know how that would work in space in a vacuum, but it's got a good feel to it, one way or the other. Here we are looking at the front. You can just barely make out the pilot seat and the seats beneath. I think there are 3 underneath. And yeah, I think it's kind of a load screen situation there when you're exiting. So yeah, here are the 3 seats underneath. I don't have anyone with me at the moment. Kind of close-ups of their equipment and what their life would be. And you can see there I am in the captain's chair up top. Or commander chair, I should say. My apologies. Yeah, there we go. But let's get back to it. We need to make our way to Longsight Base at Kuhn. There we go.
You have left the no-fire zone. We hope to see you again, Commander.
Excellent. So make our way out. Possibly our first quiz in Floaty Boat Sr. Yeah, the big guy. It takes a little bit to charge the frameshift drives on this thing. And we are on our way. I never get tired of this. I'm sure it makes no sense from a scientific perspective, but it's very neat to do. Oh, yeah, pulling away here because what would have been a flick and a Cobra Mark V is a yank to all the rotation you can get on the stick just to get this thing to move. Yeah, it is not agile. Not agile at all, but it does what it needs to do. We'll see if we can get a little more. Do we even have an SEO drive on this? I guess I don't. Yeah, I don't. So it's just going to take us however long it takes to get from point A to point B. There might be one I can purchase at Longsight Base. I don't know. You know, let's look at that. Let's see what do we even have here. So thrusters are 7C. Bi-weave fuel generators at 8C. Why do I have so much C and D stuff on this? I thought I'd upgraded more of it to A. Beam leaders are D for reasons. A bunch of shield boosters. Yeah, frameshift drive. Frameshift drive is a 7A, but it's not an SCO. Huh. Maybe one wasn't available when I was initially doing the shoppings. Power distributor is also 7A. Fuel scoop's very good. I was enjoying that. Docking computer. I may actually leave on this because it's a chunky thing. It absolutely is. All right, so let's, speaking of, go ahead and kill the Super Cruise Assist. Try to come in on Longsight Base. Where are you? Oh, it's on the other side. Yep. Probably still at night. We'll go ahead and activate night vision. Landing this thing is going to be interesting. Yeah, gravity well is slowing us down. I'm trying not to lose altitude too much. So I want to go ahead and get where I can see Longsight Base over the horizon. I love this big open cockpit. This is so much fun. Here we go. We're closing. We're making progress. Can barely make it out. I want to get it to 30 or 35 degree angle. Alright, we're going to start nosing down here. Which takes some effort. I didn't make that out, and I may regret not understanding what that said. That sounded warning-ish. And I don't see anything impact. That's not good. I don't even know what that means. We should be okay, angle-wise. Coming in a little bit steep. Let me try to nose down a little more and then ease off throttle and pull back. I want to come in right on top of it. Entering glide. Throttling back. Oh, this thing is massive. It is massive. Yeah. It is a big, big boy.
Icon Delta Oscar Delta Heavy Flight Control online. Welcome, Commander. Request docking permission if you wish to land.
Thank you. And we did slow down a little bit away, but I have never landed on a planet in this thing before, and it is so chunky that I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't wreck the ship in the process. And apologies for me looking around. I thought I heard my cat. So I was investigating for a little cat nearby, but I don't think she came to say hello. Whoop! And I should be paying attention to flying. Okay, so let's request our landing. Oh, gravity.
Proceed to landing pad 03.
That was scary.
Landing gear not deployed.
And I treated that like I was in space. On my first stream, Maya Kiku warned me that when you get in planets, you have to worry about gravity. I did not think about that at all. Because, yeah, one, planetary gravity, and two, the mass of the ship. I could not just slam on the brakes or spin off of that. So gear are out. I know I can auto dock, but I kind of want to at least find where I'm supposed to go and align with it. It says pad 3. I don't see the glowy indicator for the active pad unless it's directly behind me. I don't think that's it. Oh, there it is, pad 3. Okay, here we go. Try to bring it in nice and easy. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's scary. I gave it some downward thruster and immediately regretted it. Yeah. The gravity thing is real. Here, let's go ahead and give this over to auto dock. Oh, this ship is heavy.
Landing gear retracted.
You're retracting my landing gear. That seems a little unnecessary for a docking process. We need to... Oh, there we go. Redeploy the landing gear. Okay. And there we go. I'm just curious. It's not saying I need to make any repairs, but I feel like I bonked that pretty good.
Operation complete. Commence system shutdown. Welcome, Commander.
All right, so let's check out contacts. Do we have any traders here? We don't have a material trader. If we needed that, let's see what we can do. So shield generators. I've got a bi-weave shield generator. I feel like I'm pretty good with that. And we can increase kinetic resistance, or I think enhance low power is what I was going for, to reduce the energy consumption cost so that I can get more power to engines and just engine and weapons and keep this thing running a little better. We do have enough materials for this. I don't know about phase 2 though. We can roll for it. It might be a pinch here. Yep, we'll give it a shot. I only have, at this point, 5 germanium left. Now 4. Oh, that's gonna be tight. Well, we'll roll for it. We'll see. See if we can get a 3rd tier modification. Oh, maybe exactly enough. Maybe. That's looking like it's going to take 4 rolls. And we have exactly enough germanium to do that. That's incredible. And that's as high as Elvira can take us on the shield upgrade, which is perfect. That's great. That means I can't really grab another ship without grabbing more germanium and upgrade it here, but I might be able to do some mining or trading off screen. So that's something we can do. Likewise, engines and FSD. What can we do for thrusters? Dirty drive tuning. Let's see. Yes, but what does it do? With this blueprint, it drives integrity, thermal load, and power draw are sacrificed for increased performance. I'm trying to protect my my power draw. What does clean drive do? Power draw and mass requirements are sacrificed for better thermal handling. Oh, likewise, that pulls in power draw. I don't really want to do that. What about FSD? To increase jump range, perhaps. Faster boot sequence would kind of be nice. I don't have what's needed for that. I don't have what's needed for range. So that kind of solves it. If I don't have the equipment to do it, I can't really do it right now. But the good news is there that the shield should take less energy. So I think at this point, where we got ourselves in trouble earlier, trying to hunt pirates around Kun 12, let's maybe look at a closer ringed planet. Whoops, sorry, galaxy map, not system map. Because we don't have an FSD. See how long it would take us to get to Kun 9. And while we're here, talk to... Oh, I guess we don't have a power contact since it's not a friendly planet. So let's just talk to the administrative contact. See, yep, there's a couple bounty vouchers we can call in. Just a little bit. And let's auto launch. I figure before wrapping up the stream here, we might give this ship a little bit of a chance to see what it can do. I don't think it's ready to be fully just leave it be, but it might do a decent job. We did reduce the bi-weave shield generator to only 8% power consumption. Oof, this thing. I'm really tempted to get those materials and upgrade the thrusters to dirty drives to get more maneuverability, but that's not what it's for. It's not what it's for. This is not a race car. It's not meant to be a race car. All right, let's boost. Try to push off. So yeah, we got that down to 8%. Thrusters are still 21%. But I'm hoping what this is going to mean is we are, like total usage, we're still at only 93% power consumption. So with everything on, we still have a margin of 7% overhead. And my hope there is that when I'm really dumping power into lasers and shields, that I will have enough of that to sustain fire and defense a long time. Well, good. So we are ready to move on out. We're already on our escape vector. Should be another quiz popping up now. Lots of quizzes today. All the quizzes. And our destination is occluded, but likewise, I think I will just continue to push off the planet. Get some distance to get our speed. Get away from its gravity well. And then we'll worry about aligning with the ringed planet that we're going to see if there might be a resource extraction site around. In the meantime, I'll take another sip. Getting to the point where I need to refill my water bottle. And let's start winging over and seeing if we can... Oh, it must be still very occluded. Let's keep pushing off then. Good opportunity just to be kind of pointing out into space and have a look at the ship, though. It's so big. Like, it fills the screen. And there's the planet behind us as we gently fly away. And we could keep going forever. This is, again, I don't get tired of realizing that, yes, we were just on a tiny base on that planet that was huge, but that planet itself is tiny, a tiny system filled with stars. 400 billion visitable stars. Okay, so let's head on over. Oh, just yanking the stick all the way back. This guy is so sluggish. Alright, there's Kun 9. And without SEO, this is going to take a bit to get there. I thought it would. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on autopilot to get us into... Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong planet. Flying with the destination. Kun 12. Wait, are we headed to Kun 12? Is that really... That's not right. No. Hang on, let me check my system map again. Kun 12 is all the way out. We were going to Kun 9, I think. Yeah, we were going to Kun 9. How did I do that? I don't know. So yeah, we'll, for real this time, line up with our destination. I probably just did exactly that, where I was telling it to do Super Cruise Assist and then aligned up with the wrong planet. But that's what I did. Alright, so as we're making our way there, I think I will go refill my drink and let you all do some piloting. So if you're new to the stream and you're just kind of lurking, if you want to play, W is forward, A is left, D is right, S is slow down, and F is a 180-degree flip. So you can play asteroids, and I will be right back. And we are back. So here we are, just floating in orbit of Kun 9, which should put us pretty close to hopefully some. Yep, there's a resource extraction site. It's a low. That's fine for testing. Let's go ahead and lock destination. Make our way over. Just try things out. This may turn into a runaway situation real fast, but I figured we'd give it a try. The idea here is this is a pretty big, pretty tanky ship, and I'm trying to outfit it such that I can park it in a place with lots of pirates, catch their attention, and the weapons are all turreted. So I can tell the weapon systems to just fire at will and just let it blast pirates as the pirates try to blast me. No one gets shot at unless they try to shoot at me, but even still. And the idea there is if we're doing something else on stream, like we're just hanging out, chatting about things, chatting about our favorite sci-fi shows or anime or tabletop games, that works. Or if we want to do an audio story of some kind, either short story or whoop, move a little too fast, or even a full audio book in the public domain, we can kind of put that on, listen to it, talk about it, and I don't have to put a whole lot of brain power into maintaining the ship. Just keep an eye on it so that it doesn't get into too much trouble. And the whole time it'll be sitting there farming currency that we can use for helping out the squadron, paying for fleet carrier, squad carrier, or future ship upgrades, so we can do more fun things like going out into the universe and exploring. All right, so here we are. Should be able to deploy. Yep. Oh, I do have a mining laser on here. I didn't remember that. Interesting. I think I was thinking of turning this to a mining ship so I could just sit here and mine and then it just defends itself. There's some signals on our scope. See some movement. Go ahead and give it a little boost. Head out this way. See who we are looking at. Oh, I saw an explosion. That's Systems Authority. That's probably not. Just a novice. Oh, he's almost dead. Whatever he's doing. You know what? Let's assist with that. Dump a lot of power over to weapon systems. And I hope I'm only shooting at the things that I intend to shoot. Otherwise, I'm going to make a lot of people mad really fast. Well, he's done. He's done. He's Systems Authority. So what I need to do here is acquire something that pirates might want. So escape pods are often those things. So since we assisted with dispatching a couple of pirates right away. Yep, there's one. Hey buddy, that was kind of uncool being out here being a pirate. So I will rescue you and then enlist you to help me lure more pirates. How about that? We will eventually deliver you back to the search and rescue people. Alright. So, there's some ships. Let us... Oof. Complicated system. So yes, turreted weapon system target only. Let's switch it to fire at will. And see if we can park ourselves where we can be bait. Where pirates might decide they want to investigate, try to steal stuff. I do have point defense on this ship, so things like those proximity mines shouldn't be a threat. Oh, it looks like they just jumped. Maybe? I do have kind of suboptimal choices on sensors and things on the ship because it's not really designed to chase things down so much as sit around and be good bait. Like, I'd swear those are ships because that's the way those are moving. But in my my headset, they look more like TIE fighters with a little... Oh, yeah, they did jump. So that's probably just the frameshift drive signature. Yep. Wake signature. Let's head on back towards the rocks of the rings. Yeah, there's our point defense listed in our weapons configuration. I wonder if I put the mining laser anywhere that makes any sense, or if it's just kind of utilizing an important position spatially. I'll have to look into that. More wakes where people have jumped out. That could be debris. That looks like a ship. Maybe? Let's turn night vision off. Yep, I can actually see a little better. The outline sometimes is just an outline. Like, I don't even know what to make of it. Alright, so yeah. Ooh, bonk. They are wanted.
Target shields offline.
And they're about to get nuked. Let's switch to target only. See if we can get... No, we're not going to get around and get a firing solution on them before they blow. Yeah. That's the pro and con of a low HAS-res, where... I guess it's not HAS-res if it's low, but a low resource extraction site. The security forces are very efficient. And ideally that will play in our favor when pirates start showing up and scanning us. But so far, they are too efficient. Honestly. Kind of doing a backflip here, trying to get a sense of who this guy is. Oh, well, he jumped out. Oh, someone's scanning me. That's perfect. Are you a pirate? Are you system security? Who are you? System security should not be mad at... Oh, good, he is a pirate. He is demanding 7,500 credits of cargo to leave me alone, which, like, given how much I'm worth, is a little bit laughable. Must be this guy. Alright, so let's set this to fire at will, see if it'll work. Yep. I didn't even pull the trigger there, so just by nature of these guys, boom. Yeah. Yeah, and that's how it works. So I just sit here, and they will continue to try to kill me, and my ship will continue to kill them. And we, yep, like a bug swatter, just keep passively making money. So the question is, were they of the right faction that would count towards the... Yeah, they were. Okay. So ideally, we would find a bunch of... hello. A bunch of missions to hunt down pirates in a particular place. Grab something like an escape pod or something pirates would want. Hang out, throttle down, wait for them to scan us. And just kind of bug zap them. And just chill. Just kind of chill and talk. So I think proof of concept, it's pretty close. I haven't really been attacked much by anything that's a threat of any real kind. But we shall see. There we go. I don't need engines. At least not right now, just sitting still. So system and weapons, keep shield up. Keep weapons going. Who are you? You're possibly... suspicious. Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I kind of thought you would. Oh, it's 2-2, so both these guys, the Asp Explorer and Asp Scout, or sorry, they're both Asp Scout. They're working together. Let's see what this turns into. Yep, they're going to give me like 15 seconds or whatever to start dumping cargo, or they shoot. And now I'm not touching anything. Floaty Boat Sr, take it away.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
There are much more efficient weapons to destroy ships, I'm sure. But the idea here with the beam lasers is they never need ammo resupply. The thermal overload, I'll have to look into that. That's a little bit odd because I can run them. I mean, yeah, it's running all the lasers at once. It kind of eats away at shield and hull, but they will need to recharge. But that's okay. I think they'll kind of take care of themselves. I think I got a little far away. He's probably going to double back, try to come at me because his buddy is. Hey man, how's it going? You still think you're like, however much, like 15,000 credits is worth the not being cool?
Target
Oh no! Another bug zap. You know, we could just pull this up. Oh, they weren't of the right faction. How unfortunate. But that's okay. Oh, that must be his buddy.
Target shields online.
You running away? Where'd you go?
Target shields offline.
Ah, well, he got nuked anyway. Somebody new is scanning, though.
Scan detected.
Looks like maybe them up there. See if I can lock. Oh, no, that's possible. Yeah, systems authorities making sure that I don't have anything that I shouldn't, from the look of it. So they'll scan and see there's no problem, and they'll go on their way. I'm dumping lasers on something, though. What was that? I wonder if it was his scout. And to be fair, what I'm doing here, some people would call like AFK farming. And I wouldn't do this in a public server, for sure, or as part of an organization that opposed it. But the idea is for like streamer purposes. There is utility in this that allows me to not focus on the game so much. Oh, good. Hello. How are you? Alex Gunn, I see. And a Diamondback Explorer. They are wanted? I don't think they're by the faction. No, they're not part of the mission. But that's okay. They're still a pirate. And that's what the point defense systems are for. The pirates sometimes can use hatchbreaker limits to try to force you to dump your cargo all over space, like he just got dumped. But my point defense system can engage those and shoot them down before they do that. Not that I really care about the cargoes at this point. I've just got like the one escape pod. Oh, there we go. That was another one as part of the mission. So that's good. At least I believe so. We got bounty. But yeah. This is actually kind of chill. Hey there. Who are you? Erica Summers, it says. Oh, looks like they're being engaged by security forces. Let's see if they're a mission target. If so, we might get involved. If not, nah. Just gonna leave it be. Nah, they're just random pirate. Security forces can handle it. So even though we're doing sort of a, I mean, technically this is a combat-oriented activity, it can be pretty relaxing. There's something in this game for everybody. It really is. I'm looking forward to fixing a cup of hot cocoa and just sitting down and listening to some good stories hanging out with folks and just letting the pirates bug zap themselves. Oh, there you are, up there. Dominic Contardi. Let's see if we can get a basic scan on you. See if you're a mission objective. Nope, just a random pirate. And they wanted the escape pod, and that's what's happening. Yeah, down to 50. Whoa. Yeah, kind of melting their shields, isn't it? As I was saying, 15, it dropped to 50. Oh, yeah. That is effective. That is effective. Let's do an external view. I'm just curious.
Warning.
Oh, yeah.
Critical.
It's a light show.
Target destroyed.
Yep. That's what happens. Do free camera. Let's see if we can get something fun going on then. Free camera. What is E? I have so many controls. This is a Logitech. Oh, that must be it. Yep, Logitech or Cytec X52 set.
Scan detected.
I just thought I'd back off a little bit and get a fun view. There we go. You know, let's back out a little more. Just a little smooth jazz. The ship hanging out in the void.
Under attack.
That's probably not a good life choice. And there go my light show. Yeah. That's not good for your health. Probably not good at all. Just out here in space. The Floaty Boat Sr. Good job, Floaty Boat. Oh. He's actually trying to hit me with fire cannon. I might have to jump in and see how much damage that's doing here in a minute. Because that can be nasty. Oh, it's eating on my shields. It doesn't look like it's gotten through the shields much. Let's check modules, see if they're taking damage. I mean, so far, everything's looking 100%. It's doing all right. And another bounty. So, doing okay. Shields are replenishing themselves. It should be... Are these bi-weave? I think they're bi-weave. They should be. Yep, bi-weave shield generators, so those bump up a little faster. Making them energy efficient, I think now you see why I made the trip today. That, I forgot I had my stick doing something for the camera. Almost plowed into a rock. But yeah, those beam lasers really eat power. I wanted to make sure I had plenty available so they could just do their thing. Where I've got full pips to weapons, 2 to shields to recover. And I'm looking for this guy because I hear him, which really you shouldn't. I mean, in the void you shouldn't, but it's a nice touch for game design choice. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I knew he was close. He was just blocked by my console. Do you have anything to say about what you're doing there, sir? Oh, you're just going to shoot? That's not good. Oh, wow. Okay. Bonk. That was an odd choice. Let's head back out to an external view, shall we?
Target destroyed.
Oh, well. Problem solved.
Scan detected.
Yeah. Free camera suite. There we go. And we'll back on out. Oh, something's shooting at us. Oh, there they are. There's two of them. Looks like a couple of Imperial Eagles. My targeting's not so great. The turrets don't seem to be doing a fantastic job of hitting the threats at range. I'll have to look into that. See if I need to upgrade my my sensors or maybe the lasers themselves. That's kind of weird. I think those guys are security services. I think. Maybe the red and white ones. Yeah, I think they are. That guy, though, not so much. Yeah, don't be a pirate. Murder's wrong. Yeah. That's what happens. So who says space stuff has to be stressful, right? And hide HUD, we can do that. Where is C? There we go. So now Elite Dangerous becomes a very different game. There's our ship. Turned into kind of like an RTS thing where, no, I'm just going to keep it. Somebody's shooting at us. Who are you? And some kind of asp, I think a scout. And yeah, murder's wrong. Yeah, our little pirate bug zapper seems to be doing okay. There comes in what looks like a explorer. I'm hoping he's just gonna do some mining rather than piracy. That's the System Security Services doing some stuff. I don't see him mining yet. Maybe he's looking for a good rock. Oh no. No, he made a poor life choice. He decided he was going to try to steal stuff from me. I mean, I rescued that guy. He was a pirate. Yeah, we blew up his ship, but we picked up his escape pod. We're going to take him back to search and rescue. And this guy wanted to steal a pirate. Who does that? Oh, and security services are on him as well. That's not a good place to be. No. Instant regret. What a shame. I'm not sure how entertaining this is to watch on stream, but honestly, it's extremely chill. This is very soothing as a player to go from, you start off in a little sidewinder and everything is stressful because everything's on the line, and you work hard, you take missions, and you unlock things, you save up and you save up, and you get a ship. The ship is kind of hard to fly because it's got basic gear, so you do some more missions and you save up and you buy better gear, and then finally it kind of works. I gotta say, this build isn't perfect, but it's kind of doing what I'm wanting. I do feel like I need to babysit it a little bit, but it's getting there. I probably need to do some engineering. I need to figure out the thermal issue, how to get things to run a little cooler. I'm surprised that guy's still up. That explorer out there. Of course, he only has one little, I think it's a Cobra Mark. Is it a Cobra Mark III? It's not a Cobra. It's a Viper Mark III is what that is. Engaging it out there. Yeah. Oh, speaking of explorers, there's one with same situation. You know, one explorer and one little... Oh no. Well, that's not good for you. Yeah. Apparently he was trying to go after my ship. And Floaty Boat Sr. did not take kindly to that. Everyone has dreams, I'm sure, when they start streaming, but I would love to someday get to a point where we could get some people that I've met in the community just in for kind of a chat. Just turn this into a bit of a podcast. Do either telepresence, so oh, pardon me. So they can be in the cockpit with me, or they could be part of the wing, or maybe piloting a fighter. I don't know if you can get fighter bays in the Type 10 Defender. I've seen mixed things online. I'm not quite sure. But just get everybody together and just kind of hang out. Especially if we can do a wing mission to hunt pirates, then everyone hangs out, everyone benefits from the bug zapping, and we just have a chill time. Let's go ahead and hop back in for a second and see how we are on the... Look at all the messages we've been getting. See how we are on completing that. We need 4 more pirates of the Crimson Ring faction. So maybe we'll be a little more proactive here. Gonna scan on out. Oh, okay. And who are you? Pieter von Heinigen. Okay. And are you one of the... Yeah, they're a mission target. So if they shoot at me, they will be fired upon. I'm not even going to pull the trigger. It's just going to happen automatically. Yep. There is a cover, like a safety cover, on sort of the missile switch on the X-52 HOTAS, and I have that closed. Like, I can't even hit that button if I want to. But I don't need to, because again, we've got the weapon system set to fire at will. So anything that becomes aggressive to me, it will automatically engage on my behalf. Now, if I want to, that guy appeared to be shooting Systems Authority vessels. If these guys are targets, then I can choose to engage them. But nah, they're just regular pirates. System Authority can handle them. They'll be okay. What about you? It does feel so good in this ship to just look around. Like, I can see so much. Is that my mining thing? I think that's my mining laser. The other lasers, like, are you know, doing what they do right now. But that's not symmetrical, so that must be a little mining thing. I'll have to play with that at some point. Hello. Are you a villain? Oh, it's those guys again. He's down to 35% hull. He's going to have a bad day. Yeah, they've almost got him. I did see a message saying I've got 15 seconds to comply, so I think somebody's looking at me. Yep. Yep, somebody's shooting. And there go my target reticles. Hey there. Oh, that didn't take long. Alright, who are you? Alan Basin. Just a regular pirate, not one of the ones we're really concerned about. In an eagle, and he's gonna get melted pretty quick. Beam out of range. Oh, he tried to run. Oh. Well, we still get credit. System security finished him off. Speaking of, how is that going? Let's see. I'm not using a kill warrant scanner, so I'm not boosting those. Yeah, so we've made like 1.7 million in just bounties, but the idea is you'd make money off of the missions. Because right now that mission for pirates here is... I've just picked up one. Yeah, it's only 4 million. But if we stack missions and they were like 20 million, because you can get where you have to kill it for 40... Oh. Okay. Who are you? Hello. Oh, a couple of them. Neat. Aw. Couldn't even get a view of him before he blew up. Steve Savant. Good luck, Steve. You can do it. Escape. Fly away. It's not good for you. Stop. Think about your choices. Stop the piracy. Become a merchant. Trade in stocks and bonds. Aw.
Target destroyed.
You did not make a wise choice. There is a lot of system security out in the system today. I mean, I know it is a low. I'm kind of surprised by the pirate activity, too. Look at the radar for all the debris and goods and MacGuffins that have been left behind by the destroyed pirates. It feels like every time I try to push out and proactively find a mission target pirate, someone starts scanning me hilariously. Alright, I think those are all buddies. Wee, swish, swish. Well, I mean, there's no swishing in this thing. It's kind of lumbering. It's very much a boat. It feels like you're piloting a pontoon and trying to make a sharp turn rather than a jet ski. Rick Valander. Mostly harmless. I bet he's just mining. Yeah, he's probably just a cool dude. Don't see any other ships in the immediate area. There's a Sidewinder. Please don't be a pirate in the Sidewinder. Hopefully he's just mining too. Oh, where'd he go? Yeah, he's mining. That's good. Good for you. I need to learn to do that. There's an Imperial Courier. Those are typically not up to good things. Yeah, I was worried about that. And he's got a buddy in a Viper Mark IV. Oh, are there three of them? Looks like there's three of them. Yeah, and the other one is that an adder? Yep. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you the thingies. So this is going to... Aw, and they're not mission targets either. They're just generic pirates. They really want that... oh. Wow. Okay. Floaty Boat Sr doesn't mess around. Yeah, those hatchbreaker limpets, they want that escape pod. Oh, I can engage multiples at once. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Okay. Goodness. This is kind of scarier than I thought it would be in terms of ship build. Hey, dude. How are you? You're at 78%. I'm at 50% shields. I mean, there was a trio. So that's fair. No, it was a trio. The duo now. There's the Mark III down to 60 some and the adder. I wonder if there's a way to tell it to focus fire on one threat at a time, although I'm not sure there's much need here. Yeah, my shield's down to 17, but I mean, I'm alright. This is doing fine. I think I'm still being engaged by something, though. I think it was more than just that trio. Yeah, shield's offline. Was it a trio of trios? Yeah. Or two trios at the very least. So that's 3 down. Let's see what this does to hull. Taking some damage. And this is part of the learning process too, to see how much babysitting this thing really needs, because that's very possible to end up with more than one squad engaging you at once. To see how well this can survive that. It's a little bit of an experiment. Yep, there's still active threats. check the modules, see how they're doing. Oh, I have an auto field maintenance unit? I didn't even realize that. How do we use that? Only minor damage to things. Let's see. Is that a thing I can do? So there's reboot repair. I don't know if it'd be built into that. Nothing there. Not inventory, materials. Wouldn't be storage. I don't think I'd activate it from here. This is where you turn things on and off. Oh, you can. Interesting. And it takes resources. Huh. That's fun. See, I learned something today. Very cool. Uh-oh. We have another taker. Our shields are almost back up. Yeah. Who is wanting things? Oh, and we apparently annihilated a sufficient number of the Coon Crimson Ring faction pirates. So we can go and collect this. The system is in suit. So I'll go ahead and casually set a waypoint for that. And maybe that's where we'll wrap up for the day, having completed that mission. Once we take care of whatever pirate is making poor life choices at present, we can pack up and head out that way. Not that direction. Oh, turrets are drifting this way. Yeah. I don't think you want to continue to engage. I'd recommend continuing to fly off. That's a safer choice. Speaking of flying off, let's make our way towards our waypoint marker. We will have to get out of the rings a sufficient amount to break the... being stubborn still. To break the mass lock. And so here's what we're going to do. We're heading this way. We will continue to head that way. And we will drift around. Turn flight assist off so I could kind of flip 180 and kind of watch what's behind me, but it doesn't look like anyone's really pursuing. Oh. I hope that guy doesn't try. I do need to get more practice in with flight assist off. It's a little bit tricky with stick and throttle. I think it's easier with 2 sticks, but it's worth doing. Because being able to do this where I'm effectively retreating, but I can put all guns forward, it's a nice little trick. So let's get back aligned with our objective. I know we're still mass locked, but we can boost. There we go. We'll push off the rings, boost away a bit, switch power to system and engines so we can recover our shield and also boost away. There, we've broken the mass lock. Oh, sorry. Hard points were deployed. We'll tuck those up. And now we'll head on out to suit and turn in our mission. Aligned with trajectory. I'm pretty sure I'm aligned with it. There we go. And probably our last, last or second to last quiz of the day. So here we are back in suit. Our objective is Ballard surveying. Currently occluded by the star. Boy, this chunky thing does lumber a bit. But it's good to see that it doesn't really need the thrusters that much situationally. I wonder even if I could turn modules off once I kind of get in position and have more power available to the lasers. I also need to look at the engineering for the lasers because they did seem to hit a thermal throttle where they overheated. So kind of identify the bottlenecks and eliminate them. But again, it's a learning process. It's all part of the journey. And we should look for a Super Cruise overdrive drive to speed up things like this, because this takes a little bit. If I was playing it more just myself, I'd probably be more annoyed by the delay that this causes. But for a stream, this is an opportunity to check chat and drink and exercise and whatnot, so I kind of enjoy it. It also builds sense of scale, right? That, yeah, you're in space and it's nice to be able to push a button and go from one star system to another, but when you can look around and see, hey, this thing is huge, yeah, maybe we'll do that for a little bit. Let me stand up, make sure my cable is clear. Link cable, which isn't necessary for VR. The neat thing about Quest is you can do this wirelessly, but for my purposes, the video quality is better doing this. So I figured let's just take a look around. Don't want to fall off here. Not that I could, but it would probably create vertigo. Just take some peeks. And in the future, I think I'll change my boundary from stationary to, sorry, that probably flipped around. We'll do a little click and recenter things, to a large room so I can literally just walk around and explore the whole place. It'd be fun. So we have learned that the field maintenance unit can be engaged this way. Is there anything else that I can do? Oh, you can individually repair things. So when I did a shutdown and restart earlier, maybe I didn't have to. You can go in and individually... So can I... okay, shield booster. Oh, you can. That's neat. Whoa, okay. That's a surprise. That is good. Yeah, so duly noted. When you are using a thing, don't repair it, because you will cease being able to use the thing. So we fell out of our Super Cruise because I was like, yeah, I'll repair the frameshift drive, not thinking that that's literally what does the Super Cruise. And then we ended up adrift in space. I wonder where that is. That looks neat. Alright, so we've got our thrusters. Frameshift drive is repairing as we speak. Cargo hatch took some damage as well. Life support we would want repaired. Wait a minute. Oh, Super Cruise Assist, not SCO. Okay, I was like, why do I have that? Like, yeah, okay. We can also replace the abrasion blaster with another weapon system or something more useful, unless we were going to do some mining. I guess that's what we could do. Instead of just hanging out and oogling at the spectacle. Because, forgive me, that was kind of neat. I've not used the ship that way before. So I was kind of indulging, but maybe we can just go out and do mining and just ignore everybody else. Do I have limpets? That's a good question. So, I don't have a refinery, so I need a refinery. We need to drop this guy off when we get back. Not forget him and log out and be like, hey, you're stuck in my cargo hold. See you next week. I don't think I have limpets or controllers going on. Whoa, that sounded like... Whoa, what did I just say about don't repair things you need? Yeah, so I turned repair on for my life support. So now I'm currently wearing my helmet on my spacesuit, and I have 3 minutes before my oxygen depletes, so hopefully life support will be fixed by then. Let's go ahead and see if we can activate our frameshift drive. Drive disabled. Okay. We could have created a very interesting situation for ourselves. So it is back active. That's back active. Anything else that I turned off? By repairing. Okay, life support is actually fine. I just needed to reactivate it. There'll be some humorous times here. Like if you've played the game, then you know I'm doing a lot of stupid stuff, but I didn't. So this is me learning as I go. Making mistakes so you don't have to. All right, we're back on track. Heading back to Ballard Survey. We have our autopilot on, so let's look at more things here to make sure we don't need to... I don't think this will create a problem repairing. It's not going to shut anything off. Let's scroll up here. So thrusters, I don't want to take those offline. I'm in space flight. Shield is fine. I don't need the shield right now. So that's okay. Yep, it definitely takes things offline. And there's the autofield maintenance unit ticking down its ability to do things, I guess. Interesting. That's neat. I wonder if there's a blanket repair everything button, but would you really want to do that? Because you'd not, if you don't look, you don't know what you're shutting down. Although, looking at this, I don't remember all these things being at lower percentages. Am I pirating resources from healthy systems to repair others? What's happening here? What are you doing? This is insufficient materials. Oh, this is going to take some reading. I don't think I had this many things that were not 100% before. I think I'm knocking stuff down to repair critical systems, which is kind of neat. You can do that, I guess, so that if you really are in deep space and you don't, like, say your mining laser's down, you don't have the means of repairing stuff, right? You could sort of sacrifice some systems to repair others. That's interesting. Huh. Well, for me, that's the excitement. That's the joy of playing this game. Is there is always something to learn. I've been playing this for about 2 months. I didn't know anything about this. I'm just out here alone, talking to the void in space, and I am messing with systems that could cause me to just drift endlessly into the void. But that's what you do. That's neat. All right, so we finally made it to Ballard Survey. Our Floaty Boat Sr. Sorry for the blinding, staring into a star system. Oh. Gotta see if I can roll over and not collide with this place. Is our mail slot is this direction? Let's give it a go. Oh, this thing is so chunky and slow. I'm probably setting myself up for disaster by boosting too, because I really can't correct easily with this thing. That may be my current thruster choice. They're 7C. I mean, they're not A, but they're 7. And they're not engineered, but I was worried about the power implications from engineering them. Alright.
Your approach is good. Maintain current.
We're heading... Ooh. Oh, this... Oh. I forgot my shields were still off.
Not be tolerated.
Wait, what's happening here? Did I get... What's... I actually don't know what's going on.
Automated docking initiated.
I think I'm stuck. Let's see if we can get an exterior view. Oh, someone else is creating a problem. Yeah, that's problematic. So let's wiggle, see if we can get free. I may have to log out and log back in. I've never had that happen. Like, the AI should have known better than to do that. And why are my shields still offline? See if anything else is offline here. Yeah, that could have been a real problem there. Alright, so let us refuel, repair, restock. I guess that's mostly the point defense system.
You are most welcome, Commander.
And we'll go in Starpoint Services. We will collect our mission. Call that in. There we go. Almost 5 million. And someone sent us a message. Oh, look. They're pleased with our work. So we can up our relationship with Sweet Life exchange operations by continuing to hunt pirates and whatnot. But I think for the day, that's a good place to leave it, where we had a trip, we did some travel, we had some quizzes, we did some learning. We ended up 160 light years from where we started. Pretty distant. At least for me. For me, that's pretty distant. And we brought our big Floaty Boat Sr over for some upgrades, gave it a little bit of a test, and it seems to be doing okay. So I think for now, that's where we'll leave it. And thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I encourage you to pursue your own sense of wonder and explore your world, your galaxy, your universe as you see fit. And I will see you next time.